Hey guys, welcome back. Brandon here. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about entries and how to get better entry. Now, a lot of mistakes can be made by trying to think that you will get better entries by just taking more trades. I did a short on this. I posted it earlier in the day, and I did say I'm going to produce a feature length video on this exact topic. I'm going to go into the charts in a little bit to show you what I mean, but I want to talk to you face to face just a little bit before we do that, because I really want to I want to drive this point home. Taking more trades does not equal a better entry. Let me explain. So I say this all the time, that a good trade is based on opportunity. So basically what you really have to understand is, if you are just taking trades to practice your entry, let's just say you're trying to snipe trade, right? If you're taking trades just to practice that sniper trade style that you're doing, if they are not based on the opportunity that the market presents itself, guess what? You are actually working in reverse. Because what happens is, you'll take trades, you know that the opportunity, or maybe you don't know, the opportunity never presented itself, right? But you are still engaging, you're still activating and executing a trade, right? Based on something that's not necessarily an opportunity that you should be trying to take. So what is happening is, you're taking a trade that you're not supposed to take, but you are gaining practice and proficiency in this thing. They say that practice makes perfect. I disagree. Practice makes permanent. So you are practicing something that's not supposed to be practiced, right? So what you're doing is, you're taking a trade that may or may not work because of the fact that it's not an opportunity-based trade. It's a trade that you are trying to really just force. That's one of the biggest things that I've seen in my years of not only trading but teaching as well, right? Where traders feel like they have this constant need to take a next trade, and by doing that, by just taking more trades, it makes your entries that much better. No. Analysis can be performed at any time. You can literally open a chart and just decide, you know what, I'm going to draw up an analysis, I'm going to do what I have to do and make it such that, right, this is what I think is going to happen. Entry is something that you have to rely on an opportunity. Price needs to do something specific. You need to see something specific. You need to see maybe a certain time of the day, maybe a certain currency pair needs to happen in a certain function or whatever, but it's always based on an opportunity. So how do you get better at getting entries if your entries are always based on opportunity? You have to wait for the opportunity. It's that simple. You have to wait for the opportunity. So this is why we say that success as a trader does not come overnight, it comes over time. Because one of the biggest mistakes you'll make is thinking that you can just trade, and just because you've taken more trades, you've done your 10,000 hours and that's it. But you've done 10,000 hours of things that are not supposed to be done. That is why people don't have their entries in the way that they're supposed to do it, because you're not waiting for the opportunity. You understand? And that is something that I have seen so many times, where traders just feel like, okay, well, I'll just take this opportunity, I'll just take this trade here, regardless of if it's an opportunity or not. I'll just take this trade here and that's it, right? And let me see how it works. But you remember, you're putting this practice into your head, that you're building up this thing in your head that, okay, this is where I want to take the trade. So, right, so this is what I'm practicing. And that is, the more you do that, it is becoming permanent. It's not necessarily the right thing based on your entry criteria and your entry rules, but you are practicing it, and it is making it permanent. So when you are now, and that's technically you breaking your rules. So when you're now essentially coming and taking this practice that you shouldn't be practicing, you then have the audacity to ask, why is it that the system is not working? Because you're not practicing it in the way that it's supposed to be practiced. It's not based on when you want to trade, it's based on when the opportunity presents itself. This is why all good traders will be able to confirm this. You let the trade come to you. You don't go hunting and chasing after it. Let the trade come to you. Yeah? So that being said, let's go into my computer. Let's take a look at the chart, and let me explain in a little more detail what I mean by this. I'm gonna try to keep this video under 10 minutes. I really promise I'm gonna try. But let's take a look at it and let's see, right? Let's go. Alright guys, so we are in my computer here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at, obviously, increasing our proficiency with entries. So as I would have mentioned in the earlier part of this video, you really want to make sure that the entry is based on opportunity, not based on when you want to enter. Now, obviously, yes, you do have the choice of choosing to enter whenever you do want to enter. But the problem is, if the market is not ready to do something at that point in time, you could enter as much as you like. That doesn't guarantee. I mean, well, nothing really guarantees, but that doesn't mean that the trade is going to function in the way that you want it to function in. Now, obviously, as you know, I trade momentum. If you followed me, or you do follow me, or you have been following me, you know I trade momentum. So in a case like on gold, right? Gold is in bearish momentum, so I would continue to look for sells on gold until I'm seeing a reason that it doesn't want to sell. But even then, I can't just up and say, well, I want to sell right now. But there'll be people who do that. There'll be people who say, well, gold is bearish, gold wants to sell, blah, 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 blah. And they try to sell it thinking that this is the right time to do so. This is the opportunity. So they would look for opportunities to sell. They would just literally wait for something random to occur. And they'd use that as a cognitive bias to just try to enter the market. But that presents problems. Like I would have said, you're practicing entries in a way or in an area in a time that is not necessarily ready for the market to do what you want it to do. So a simple thing to really make your entries better is to use liquidity. All right, I have been doing this for years. I just recently started to put a name to it, really. Liquidity can be known as energy, right? Anything in this world needs energy to continue to function as intended. Liquidity is the energy of the market. So what you want to do is, if the market has to sell, it makes sense that it goes back up to grab some of that energy, to get some of that energy to continue to sell. So you wait for little impulse buys. And these impulse buys like this, you can, anytime after this happens, you can look for yourself. Now, it's not going to play out every single time, as you know, as clear as day, right? But if you will realize quickly that if you can get in after a liquidity grab, you're going to be in your position a lot more than if it is you just randomly try to sell because you see it hit a support. Because I'll tell you this, a simple thing like this, trying to buy here because you sniping at a low, is still a very dangerous thing. Gold is bearish. So trying to buy here is dangerous, even though it would have been a pretty good buy. The question is, how are you gonna capture that? How are you gonna know that this is the exact point to buy at? You feel me? So you have to wait on certain opportunities to present themselves, and obviously a big part of the puzzle is finding out what those opportunities are. If you go through my channel enough, you would begin to realize what those opportunities look like, what they represent. And if you want more information on that, as I would have mentioned as well, you can obviously reach out to me directly, and I'll be glad to teach you that. But the main thing is, trying to trade before the opportunity presents itself will destroy you. So yeah, I really hope that, this made some sense to you. I hope that it you can grab something from this, you can learn something from this, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, I really hope that, this made some sense to you. I hope that you can grab something from this, you can learn something from this, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, I really hope that, this made some sense to you. I hope that you can grab something from this, you can learn something from this, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, I really hope that, this made some sense to you. I hope that you can grab something from this, you can learn something from this, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, I really hope that, this made some sense to you. I hope that you can grab something from this, you can learn something from this, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, I really hope that, this made some sense to you. I hope that you can grab something from this, you can learn something from this, and let's see how it goes. So guys, I really hope that explanation made some sense. I hope that you really stop and look back at your own trade, right? Look back at what you've been doing. Is it that I've been trying to take trades because I want to take a trade at this point in time? Is it that I've actually been waiting for certain rules and criteria and the setup to actually play out? Is it that that's what I've been doing? If that's what you've been doing and you've still been losing, then fine. Maybe you can start to question the strategy. Maybe you can start to question where you've learned the strategy from and all of that. But I think if it is you really dig deep enough, you will slowly begin to realize that you have been trying to force a trade that's not necessarily ready to be taken as a trade. The market is not random. But when you do take a trade, the result of that trade is random based on what, where, why, when, and how. So the market, most likely, once you have analyzed the market correct, you understand the direction, you know it's most likely going to go down based on your analysis or whatever. Right? But what, where, why, when, and how will dictate what the result of that trade could be. You could get the direction right, but you can get the entry wrong based on that exact fact. What, where, why, when, and how. Like and subscribe, guys, if it is you like this kind of video, this type of explanation. Like and subscribe if it is you feel like you really want more of this kind of breakdown, because I believe that this kind of stuff helps. I wish I had this kind of explanation, somebody explaining these kind of things to me when I was still learning. I'm still learning even now, but when I was like really trying to get a good grip of what's happening, I wish I had somebody to explain to me. Share this with your friends. Let them know, that this might be an issue that you might be having, right? Comment below. You've seen this happen before. You've started to realize that, just comment below what is your experience with this exact topic, and let me know what you think. Other than that, guys, have a great rest of your week. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Talk, Telegram, Instagram, or YouTube at EkataTrading, as I said. And see you soon.